Normally a Swans stronghold, Bassendean has hardly been home sweet home in 2013. Swan Districts have played 5 and lost 4 on their turf.
Swan District's agony is over. A good win by the Tigers. The margin, 61 points in the end.
Today, will they roll out the welcome mat for second-placed West Perth? Or will those in black and white start to prove to their fans home is where the heart is?
Boy, Swans needed that.
It's round 15 as Swans host the Falcons. This is the WAFL.
The Falcons get the perfect start.
As we look at the side that they're up against at the moment, they've just got home, Judgy, by 1 point over Subi last week, but I suppose that's all they have to do at the end of the day.
Well, big comeback by them last week, which is an indication of the character they got within this group. We've seen them on a few times on the match of the day recently, and they've been impressive. Their best footy is as good as anyone in the competition.
And one of the reasons is their coach, Bill Monahan, who's really got his head around this side this season.
Oh, I think it's an extremely important game. I guess most weeks in the WAFL it's like that. So, you know, we've been able to get a little bit of a gap on a few teams, but one loss here and we come crashing back to earth and really make it a logjam for second spot.
So West Perth's opening score is a minor one, and they probably needed to do better from what was a real easy opportunity 13 minutes into the first.
Toomey with the kick in, down the corridor to Roach. Bright yellow boots on today. Went left, goes right, not sure where to go at the moment, he'll go short. Finds Jetta, he'll be relieved after giving away the free kick moments ago. Spears it out towards left half back, Larry Marks. He'll move it on down the line, but that's a poor kick, turned over. Van Berlo elects to keep playing on for West Perth. He'll look to find Salikas. The ball beat him. He's got time to gather it up again. Salikas runs inside 50. Who will he go long for goal? He will. Is it accurate enough? That's a terrific kick. He is in good form in 2013, Salikas. West Perth with their opening goal of the afternoon. The margin back to 1 point, just in favour of Swan Districts after 14 minutes. Done with them a moment ago as the ball's put back into play. Another ruck got a telling tap. Robbo's been busy. Jetta got tackled, lost it, came out towards Manning, went back to Van Berlo. The kick is from Black. No mark taken. Simpson attacks the footy, then taps it back down. Toomey couldn't do much with it. Umpire spots a free kick. It's high and it's going to be West Perth. Have to have a look at that in the replay. Toomey continues to plead his case.
Oh, gee.
West Perth will be happy to take it though. This is Antonio from about 45 metres out. This time the goal umpire will signal a major. West Perth with their second of the afternoon.
He'd need to straighten
That's a rarity for him.
Well, he is.
It's a bad day because he's a good converter.
Without doubt. Now, Hams has had a fair bit of it. Low trajectory kick, waiting for it. Faulkner. Mellington didn't. Brought the ball to the ground. Here's Cody Manning. Second game back after injury, and that was great vision by Manning. Saw this man, Rowan Kerr, in the pocket on his own and just pulled the ball across his body expertly. So Kerr, you know, he's trying to fudge on the mark, but Stuart Parry having none of that brings him around to a rather difficult angle, but he should be able to massage this one through. Had his injury worries as well. Improves the mark, bends it through brilliantly. So West Perth get the reply. These sides going pretty much goal for goal throughout the first quarter, which has gone 28 minutes now. 4 goals, 2-26. Swan Districts, West Perth 3-4-22.
Swans lead is 8 points. Early stages of the second term. The WAFL. Round 15, West Perth will get the clearance. Van Berlo towards right half foot. Salikas, strong hands. He takes the mark. Looks inboard, that's where he'll go, into the centre square. Bounced in front of Black, I thought, but he gathers it, moves it on by hand towards Jones, out to left half forward. Allowing it to bounce as Brown. He picks it up, he can get the kick away. He heads deep into the left forward pocket. Strike!
She's too easy again.
Contested mark once more, and he'll play on, and that is slack marking from Swans as Crisp is able to mark. He's right in front of goal and can go back and have a shot from no more than 35 metres out.
Well, that's that issue I was talking about
yeah.
in that first quarter. They're just too easy. There's too much space when they go forward. That'll be a concern from Greg Harding's point of view.
15 seconds.
Crisp. His 12th game of the season.
20 seconds.
15 goals, 10 for 2013. He really should kick this for West Perth. The kick is on its way. It is straight through the middle. West Perth, they bring the margin back to just 2 points. Swan District still in front as we close in on the 9-minute mark of the second term here at Steel Blue.
I mean, just look at that. That's an uncontested mark, effectively.
But, Judgy, as we said, they're getting back. Their numbers are back. They're just guarding space, as you say. If it's a matter of nobody knows who's man, they've just got to work that out.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And but they're just, you know, Swans, you just feel as though Swans, when they've got possession of the ball, they look perhaps the better of the two sides, but gee, when they're defending, the defensive side of their game's been pretty average to this stage of the game.
Well, they'll know that West Perth won't feel that they are out of this game at any stage, especially given their comeback last week. Coonan leapt early, controlled the ball to ground level, but it was taken by Lobb, his opponent. His kick was smothered, goes to Rasmussen, to Nelson, who's been a little bit quiet. The kick, a little bit nondescriptive. It bounces up nicely for Jetta. He retreats with a hand pass to Toomey. Now to Lobb, covers a fair bit of ground, the big man. Toomey, Roach with a chip kick. Not particularly good. It was meant for Ugle. He was buffeted off the footy. Brown takes it. It was a good bump by Mellington. To Desco, to Coonan. Hand pass to the feet there of Antonio, but he gets a hand pass away. Showed good awareness. Now away goes Crisp. Crisp with a long kick. Who's in the van down there? Getting back his Pettigrew, who's been moved from defence to attack. He slams through the second in a row, and all of a sudden they have hit the lead. And inside 10 minutes, they've kicked 2 goals. And you'll have to take it away, Clint. Sign language.
First goal of the season.
First goal.
Michael Pettigrew. Similar problems. His touch as he hurt. So Nelson, despite taking the football, didn't claim the mark. Tackling in there, and it'll be a free kick. Taken high was Black. He wants to play on quickly by hand. Gives it to Millington from 50 out. How's the kick? Long towards goal. It's perfect. Swans will get away with it though. Down the outer side, Neil hands it off to Robinson. He's able to turn and get the kick away before he was tackled. Wanted Gapin, but he was between 2 Falcons. Strike emerges with it. Back to Van Berlo to strike again towards centre half forward. Crisp takes the uncontested mark. Loping by Kerr. Kerr will kick towards goal. He nails it. He gets his second. West Perth's lead is back to 10 points. The Falcons 7-8-50, Swan District 6-4-40, 26 gone in his second term.
I'll tell you what, there were some freed up players again there.
Battle on. This time it comes towards Manning. Manning's able to work it out to Rodder. There's the response for the Falcons.
Cody Manning was electric in 2013.
Hutchings gets a quick hand pass up to Manning. Manning now to Fowler.
Opposition teams were starting to take note. But a training session on April 30 threatened to unravel all his hard work.
Yeah, it was really bizarre. We're doing a really innocuous drill. We're just moving the ball inside forward 50, and there was a bit of a scrimmage between Anton Saylor and Cody out on half forward, and he kicked the ball forward, and I didn't actually notice anything went wrong. And the word has it, he turned to, about a minute later, turned to the guys around him and said, "Do you reckon my knee looks normal?" And they reckon it was 3 times the size. And he went off, and then we're doing another drill, and I wanted him to be forward in one of our drills. And they said, "Oh, he's just run up the race to get his knee checked out." And I didn't think anything of it. Half an hour later, walked up the top, and he was on crutches and bandaged and not looking that great. And the word was it was an ACL. So it was really bizarre the way it happened.
Just went up for a contest and came down, fought for the ball, kicked it away, and then the back of my knee just went tight, and straight then I knew something was wrong. Jogged off to the boundary to get a drink, and that's when I said, "Well, asked Souls, does my knee look fat?" And then it just blew up to where I couldn't walk so quick.
What was first a knock to the knee soon became a possible rupture of the anterior cruciate ligament, or ACL. it's usually season-ending.
Our physio thought it was ACL, the way it was just blew up and it was moving. And then it was the next 2 days I went to the doctor and he said the same thing. He actually took, I think it was 150 mils of blood out of the knee to get the pressure out.
Oh, look, they're fairly clear on those. They do the tests and everything, but it was probably only one person. Our S&E coach, Craig Solly, is a physio as well, and he said, Bill, as everyone else was left, and he said, there's only one thing. He said, Cody Manning's probably got the most flexible joints I've ever seen. He said, I don't want to build your hopes up, but there's a 1% chance that it's not an ACL. So that was fairly good from him. But you know, doctors, physios, everyone else, it was pretty certain it was going to be an ACL.
First, I didn't really want to believe it because I didn't think it was, just because of what I've heard that you normally collapse and all that. But yeah, not the best of mind when they said that.
Thankfully for Manning and the club, scans revealed a ligament tear. That's 6 to 8 weeks on the sidelines.
It was a week later, the day before surgery, where I went and got an MRI and then went to the doctor and he goes, nah, your ACL's fine, it's your meniscus.
Run down from Manning from behind.
Away goes Manning. Hand passes over the top to Salicic.
Yeah, I was trying to hold back my smile and that, but no, I was over the moon. The first thing I did was ring Jamie and Bill to let them know, and they were both ecstatic.
Long high ball toward full forward. Having to sit there was Manning. Got right over the top of Head's head. What a great leap.
It's always a relief when your players aren't hurt too much, but it must be a great relief for him to know that it's going to be a 6 or 7 week total injury rather than 12 months. And you know, the kid's working hard to be the best player he can be.
Chance for Manning to steal it. Jams it on the boot and he kicks the first of the afternoon. So Cody Manning and West Perth get the opener.
It's been a frustrating 6 weeks.
The first game I went to was against East Freo. When I thought it was ACL, I was like, I can't watch this for 12 months. But now, since I've found out that it's only going to be 6 weeks, I've really pushed on my rehab and done what I can with boxing, swimming, riding. But yeah, it all was a slow process.
But this meniscus or cartilage tear isn't the first time it's been an issue for Manning.
Yeah, I did it last year towards the end of the season, to where I got a repair in October, just before we started pre-season, and yeah, that's what gave way a couple of weeks ago. I know what I have to do now. It's the same old injury.
Yep.
So I've just done what I did last time, but even better.
He was taken high on a free kick going the way of Cody Manning. Tapped it out in front of the path of Manning.
Look, he's a tremendous young kid, and you know, he's had a couple of injury concerns over a couple of years, and he's just trying to cement his spot in the side, and he's really valuable to our setup.
Manning is confident of returning to his playing best, and with that comes his aggressiveness at the ball.
Comes out towards Richardson though. Great tackle. Wonderful effort from Manning.
I've always been a big admirer of Campbell Brown from Hawthorn and now Gold Coast. But yeah, I just like the way he goes about his footy, really old school, I guess. Hard over the ball to get it out. So I've based my game around him.
But Manning's defensive work this season has been the biggest improvement.
Strong tackling again, that was Manning.
In 6 games, Manning's applied 19 tackles.
Favours Parker more than anything. He's just ripped off by Manning.
Yeah, that was one of the big plus for us. Well, we really wanted to work on our defensive down forward, and I think that's why Bill put me down there to do a role, and so far he's been really happy with it and I've done the job.
Kerr's got a real battle on here. Louis back the Hatcher's hole. Falcons fans certainly thought so. Spills out though to Manning.
The other issue for the club is where Manning will fit with the current playing group. It could be deep forward or further down the ground.
I'd like to go back to where I was, doing the same thing. Again, I'm not sure if I'll be coming through reserves or league, but either way I'm still happy to come back on the field.
North Adelaide suffered a disappointing loss last week at the hands of Central District and needed a percentage-boosting performance to push for top spot. Sturt were coming off the back of a win against Glenelg and needed another to keep their season alive. It was a tight opening term at Prospect Oval with both teams putting the pressure on. Sturt got the opening goal through Matthew Dalby. The Roosters missed opportunities and were left goalless in the first. With the breeze behind them, North Adelaide didn't waste their chances, and within the first minute, Daniel Stewart had them on the board. Then the onslaught began, with North kicking 8 unanswered goals for the quarter, including a clever snap from Lee Ryswick.
He's a goal kicker, Ryswick. Gets onto his right boot. And he does the job. Magnificent finish.
Sturt fans had something to cheer about, using the breeze early with a goal from Timothy McIntyre. Yet it wasn't long before another flurry of goals for North Adelaide. Sturt were unable to match the work rate of the Roosters, who continued to pile on the majors. The final term was a similar story, with Sturt only able to produce 2 goals for the quarter. It was all about the Roosters, showing the double blues who was boss and booting another 5, with Nathan Blee joining in the fun.
It's that easy for North Adelaide.
It was an overpowering 76-point victory for the Roosters, who now head into a bye week for a well-earned rest.
Free kick has been spotted.
Did he mistake that bloke's head for the footy?
Yeah, it looked a bit like that.
He thought the ball had ears.
Yeah, Jones went towards right half back. The Falcons, they can take a bounce through Millington.
So Millington now steadies, straight down the corridor pretty well. Falling over there was Pettigrew, but they had runners. One of them is Maruzic. He had no one to kick it to, so he's got a hand pass backwards to Crisp. He spears a pass forward to no one in particular. Simpson, his hand pass was risky. Salikas, fortunately for Swans, fell over, but he did well to get the hand pass to Pettigrew. Snaps it on the left boot, and I think he's got his second. He has. Well, Swan Districts again did not look very convincing deep in their defensive zone. And Pettigrew, for the second time, has kicked a goal. Ahead of your comments, Judge, we'll go down to Jenna, who's got Swan's bench. Chip kick in toward Crisp. He's hurt. Patenti gets another chance across the face of goal, and that has been elusive. It's gone over the line.
Gee, they made a meal of that.
They did. They really had the ground opened up ahead of them. As we see the tackle coming in from the blind side, and
hand boner.
He nearly lost the Cruitt. Boundary throw in. Not doing some ruck work. Taken out of it there was Nelson. Prevailing Robinson. He kicks it up toward Gapin. Great contest by Gapin and also Rasmussen. West Perth have got the numbers. Gapin stripped of the footy. Rasmussen emerges. He kicks the ball. A bit of a wobbler up towards Pettigrew, who imposed himself coming out at the footy. Swans had the numbers, but Pettigrew ran straight at it, and he has made a difference since being sent forward.
Very good move by Bill Monahan to put him forward. He's been a real danger there.
He's already kicked
but
two.
But a bit stiff here. Gapin should have got a free kick. The difference is that ball's in their 50 rather than being down the other end and West Perth having a shot at goal.
He was mugged.
Yes.
Now Pettigrew, this is swinging left, but I think he's held it on line long enough. He has. So 3 goals now to Michael Pettigrew. The West Perth faithful on their feet.
Some of those people walking off the ground, are they?
No.
The can bar's taken its toll, I think.
Good crowd in here at Steel Blow. Great to see them along here at Bassendean Oval. We're underway in the final term in the WAFL. Kiernan won it down. Faulkner tried to get a hand pass away, juggled by Davis, slapped the hand pass back, but Guadagnon intercepts. He's tackled, loses possession. Hildebrandt tackled too. Second time they're working for through Nelson. West Perth running onto it. Guadagnon, he's about 52 metres out, goes to the one-on-one, just near the goal square. The punch came from Toomey. Pettigrew, normally seeing him forward, but he's been effective there today. Slaps it back inboard. Rodder's there, surrounded by Swans. Could he get a hand pass away? He could, but not an effective one. And it tumbles over in the left forward pocket for the Falcons.
First goal in this last quarter is huge for both sides.
Hold the meter.
Graham Jetta there, one of the potentially the keys for Swans in this final term. Pettigrew did the ruck work, tapped it down to Nelson. Nelson from left ball forward, he'll kick the goal. That's the start the Falcons desperately wanted. That puts them just a little bit more away from Swan Districts, gives them a bit of breathing room early in this final term. They're 10-12-72. Swan Districts 8-9-57.
Yeah, well, as I said, first goal in this last quarter is going to be important, and certainly from Swan's point of view, they would have wanted to get it. But West Perth have got it. And it just gives them a little bit of breathing room.
Interesting comments there by Greg Harding at three-quarter time with Michael Genovese. He said, we need Dale Garlett to win it for us.
Yeah, but you've got to get the ball down there for him to win it for you.
Absolutely.
And the ball can go the right direction then for him to be able to do it.
You know, it was a really desperate effort by West Perth, hard-working effort, just to wrestle that ball away from the centre of the ground and create that opportunity. Starting to find their targets. I had a couple of words to the great Billy Walker at half-time, and you can imagine a player of his skill. He was pretty disappointed with the ball usage by Swan Districts, but they've lifted since half-time. Here's a chance now on the outer wing for Tedesco. He got it from Guadnan. The kick goes to the half-forward flank. Brown, Van Berlo over to Patenti. Patenti back to Van Berlo. That's good football by West Perth. Can they find a target? They can. Kerr, strong, gets to his feet, looks up, and that's terrific vision. Antonio, who's growing in stature as a player each time I see him, just ran hard to position. He was accommodated by a nice little pass, and he will shoot at goal from 30 metres out directly in front. Just his fifth game at Braden Antonio. He's kicked a goal already today. He does look like a player.
Well, he's beautiful kicking action. I saw earlier in the game, that goal he kicked.
And you back him in. His left foot kicking style is very, very good. He's been able to put it through. 2 goals to Antonio. And you'd say, Judgy, that is a real steadier. They're faithful up in the old McDonald's stand. They've stretched it out to 8 points again, but you'd have to say that's almost against the run of play. It seems to me
they need one quickly.
Yeah, they do.
They need 2 to win it, so they've got to get one pretty soon.
Yeah, they're just doing enough at the moment.
Nervous times for those locals. Surely they couldn't lose another game at home, could they, Swans? Ball to the outer side. Roach was throwing off it. Still there. Umpire's going to border.
Well, West Perth have led this game for longer than Swans have.
They've led the game since the 11-minute mark of the second term. By spotted a free kick. Swans have it. Roach takes it. Spears the pass to Faulkner on true centre wing outer side. He'll bring the ball into the middle of the ground. It bounces through the centre circles. Garlett got it. Quick hand pass was meant for Hams. Has to go back together. Found Boakhorst. He'll take a bounce. Still going Boakhorst from the attacking edge of the centre square. Ugly looking kick towards full forward. Brown slaps it into the post. Now that is deliberate.
I mean, if he goes for a point, he's okay, but because he's hit the post, it was a deliberate act. It's got to be a free kick.
Absolutely.
For theatre, we need a goal here.
It's going to be a very challenging kick. Murray Newman goes with the outside of the boots. Hello, Newman and Swans. They bring themselves back to within 2 points. Didn't they like that at Bassendean? Well, Murray Newman, when required, was able to kick the goal. West Perth fans will still be debating very hotly this decision, but with Brown hitting that...
No, there's no doubt about it.
I'm not disputing that it's the right decision, but they will be, what the West Perth fans are like.
Well, they've got no debate at all. I mean, if the ball goes through for a point, there's no drama. He's hit it deliberately. It's a deliberate act, and it's unfortunately at the post, so he's had to be a free kick. And Newman's converted really well there, so... Yep.
Final siren has gone in Kununurra. Claremont have won by 3 points. What a match that must have been for the fans who have turned out to see the first WAFL match. Well, no, it's not the first that's been played up there, but fantastic for them to see such a high-class game and such a close one. Neil tried to get a hand pass away, but Van Berlo in the way for West Perth. Possession so important. Davis gathers it, gives it to Bennell. Bennell, was he taken high? He spun himself into trouble. The umpire says he had no prior opportunity. 2 points the difference.
Well, both these sides know what this is like. West Perth had one last week, and Swans had one a couple of weeks beforehand.
Yes, the one at Laughlane Park you're referring to, which they snatched in the dying seconds. Well, they may have to repeat that because they trail by 2 points. You can see there 27 minutes have gone. Not. Boakhorst was third up. Guadnan got the hurried kick away. Howard hand passed to Toomey. Toomey's hand pass, a wild one, provides an opportunity for Kerr. He's just outside 50, unloads a long kick. It's not on target. The bounce is going to tell the story. It bounces straight through the behinds. So it only extends the lead by 3 points. Swan Districts have the ball back into their possession. The kick down the corridor, a risky one. Didn't find the target. That's a short quarter. Siren's gone and West Perth have won by 3 points. What a finish. Swan Districts were coming, but West Perth have held on to win by just 3 points. 11 goals, 16 to 11-13. 82 to 79. Players are absolutely exhausted. Judgy, that was a very short quarter. I think I said it was just over 27 minutes. Obviously not a lot of goals scored in that final term. They are in full song.
Well, Bill, congratulations. Another close one. It must be thrilling up in the coach's box.
Oh, thrilling's not the word I'd use, but look, it was great. The perseverance all day. Swans are playing some really good footy. So for us to stick at our guns and come away at Bassendean with a win is a really good win for us.
3 goals to Michael Pettigrew. Was that your idea to put him forward, or did he suggest that to you?
Oh, he's been suggesting every week, but look, they didn't have many tools forward, and we were, the way we were using the ball, we just wanted to get some deep entries, and his body strength was a real factor in the win. So look, that's fantastic, and he actually got a couple of spin right as well.
You were up at 3/4 time. How confident were you that Swan Districts wouldn't be able to run over the top of your boys?
Oh, look, I knew it would go down to the wire. It had been a really taxing game. I think the ball was moving up and down quickly. So, look, we think our fitness is okay. Swan's obviously got a lot of leg speed, so they got out the back of us a couple of times, which was disappointing. But our blokes, and I'm sure Greg will be the same with his, was a really hard-fought game, so a really good finish.
The win today helps to consolidate second spot on the ladder. How important is that, planning to go into September?
Yeah, look, that's obviously a big plus for us, putting a gap on Swans now, even though we played one extra game. But having said that, you know, the season's far from over.
Congratulations, enjoy the win.
Thank you.